Welcome back to another Meso Station video. Today we're gonna just kind of talk about like what is gonna happen in the future, and also we're gonna be talking about some LA wildfires. But in my section here, we're gonna have Gavin in a break section on my section too. But in this video, we're gonna be talking about mainly what's gonna go on in the future and like what's the weather patterns for the future. Right here, guys, we can see there's a little bit of a trough, and you guys can see there's so much storms that actually might impact. We actually might be seeing some rain in the Midwest. It's very possible. And we're gonna go to that. We're gonna go to there, and actually, you guys can see this little mixed rain right here. This red actually is mixed rain, and you can circle it right here. This is the mixed rain right here, and this is something we're gonna watch honestly for the next few days, and also we're gonna watch this little liner here go through the Midwest as well. And then we're also just going to be watching anything else. But if we go to the next one, kind of go right here where we are. And we actually might, this is going to be something that we haven't seen in a few months actually, is some rain in the snow, which could actually cause some ice. And we can watch the temperatures that day too, right in this area, to see if there's be anything wrong with it. If we keep on going, you can tell there's also going to be some of this giant, there's going to be a giant straight line of damaging winds right here on this storm. After the snow we just had in the Dixie Alley, and we can see there's some more right down here. I think this is going to be a very straight line damaging winds, like I said before. It's probably going to head all the way to here and end up in the Atlantic. And that's probably what most likely is going to happen to that storm, and then we see this storm, and we can see some of this rain. We haven't seen rain in Ohio, even down here in Kentucky near Virginia. We haven't seen rain in a while. This is something that's very shocking. We finally see some rain after a few months. We've just been seeing a bunch of snow. That is really exciting. We see some decently rain, see some more straight line damaging winds, and we just keep on going, and we see another system of rain coming through to Indiana right here. So we're going to see some nicer weather coming into these. I mean, spring might come early, and this is something that, honestly, this is surprising that spring might come early because the temperature's a little mixed up about that. But, and then we can just keep on going, and you can see right here, it just kind of goes back, and there's this huge system, right here that has a bunch of rain and snow. It's going to mainly impact the Great Plains, the Great Plains, the Midwest area, and even South. And then you go here, just keep on going, and eventually the snow is going to go into northern Indiana, up to northern the Chicago area, into like Cedar Point area down there. It's gonna be right there in that area. But then if I go a little bit right here, right here, there's gonna be a new system growing off over here near Washington and Oregon, and it's just gonna keep pushing this way as we continue. I mean, you can see some deep snow right here near Northern California, and near the mountains. And if you keep on going to the last HZ or the last model, you see this another giant system is gonna be heading towards the Midwest, Michigan, and Indiana. And we get to see some rain in Indiana, but you're gonna see some mixed snow right here. So, and there could be a possible, I don't know, it's really possible that something could spice up from that. And that's really the end. And there's some few more systems down here. It's gonna head back here, and you're just gonna see this happen once again. There's gonna be more snow worms, a lot of more rain in the south. Not really much coldness anymore. And that's good for the south. I mean, they just had that huge Arctic blast thing. I don't know. It was really cold, and also there was some snow, and also lakes were freezing over there in the south a few days ago. So we're gonna look at the temperatures for the next few days. So this kind of right now, we just kind of got some chill temperatures, and you can just keep on going, and you can just see how cold it will be. So it'll probably go back to the 1 degrees in this weekend, and you should see some a little colder, but it's supposed to go back down to the 20 degrees, back to 14 degrees, and then it goes go back up to 30 and possibly 40 degrees up there in that area. Back to 20, 13 degrees, 16 degrees back over here. You just see a bunch. This also down here is gonna be really cold. And you should just see some warmer temperatures heading up into there, and even the Gulf of Mexico or the Gulf of America, whatever you want to call it, is gonna be actually pushing some heat. And also just look at that. If we go back a little bit, kind of want to go back because look at that. We saw up to 40 degrees up here in the Midwest, even up to like 50 right here near what is this town? But the Indiana Kentucky border, and even up to the 52s, 55, almost to 60 degrees in southern Illinois. And that's something that I don't know, we're gonna see that spat in a bunch, and it's gonna go big. Well, and then we go back to the negatives here in Michigan. And this could be causing some more snow days coming. Like we already got a bunch of snow days this week. Even my school closed for the snow days, and then we're gonna keep on going, and we're just gonna keep on seeing just a bunch of this negatives, and we go back kind of to like the 30s, the 40 degrees, and it's actually gonna be like that for a few days, and then you see, oh, maybe not, because look, you see a bunch of more storms, and it's gonna be around the 20s for the next few days after that, and back to the 30s. So it's gonna be really a mixture of storms, not storms, but a mixture of temperatures throughout the few weeks. And that's surprising. We like to see. So something to talk about is about my new vehicle, the vehicle Mesomatic. This is the vehicle I'll be running, and I actually will be having basic BLS, basic I don't remember how to call it, say it, but it has Ambers on it. It has a computer, and actually I can put the computer over here. This is the computer I'll be using for the Mesomatic. I've used it on a chase before. It's done really good for a chase. I use it for my schoolwork too, so I use it for a lot. And then I also have another laptop that I could bring to, and this just has to stay plugged in. It's broken, and it needs a keyboard, so I have to do a lot to fix this one. But we are working on some new things, and also Meso 2. Meso 2 is going to be seeing some new improvements to the back seat, and also some so for the back seats, it's mainly laptop chargers, laptop holders, stuff like that. We are working on it with the team right now to get a brand new setup in the back, because me and Gavin are going to be needing it, because our laptops keep on dying, and we can't stand it with the laptops dying every time. And also the lights off right here. We got Meso 2 and Mesomatic right there. Mesomatic is a 2004 Honda Odyssey, and it has a lot of good stuff to it. And there's Bryce right there actually. But there's a few things. It's got the headlights that are amazing, and yeah, Mesomatic is holding a lot. It also has a tow thing, tow hitch if it needs to tow anything, which I probably will never tow anything with it, but it does have one. So yeah, we're also have tow straps in it. All the Meso vehicles are gonna have tow straps no matter what, because if one of us don't have tow straps and there's another person with the truck, they can use our tow straps to hook up to our vehicle. And yeah, so that's something that we really need in every Meso vehicle. So this is me on to Gavin. So yep, see you guys on the next one.
Hey everyone, here's what to expect weather-wise for the rest of this month and into February. So we got the temperature here. I'm gonna start off with this just because it's more simple. Um, and today I don't know how much miles covered and stuff, but we'll just go a few days ahead. On Saturday, we expect pretty cold temperatures in the Midwest and northern continental United States here. Uh, Milder temperatures down in the south and stuff. Um, and we'll have the occasional cold air blast come in. Nothing too extreme like what we just saw this week, earlier on this week. But yeah, there could be some colder temperatures in there, so just be aware of that. The 28th, uh, just around freezing, not too bad. 29th, still around that temperature. And up to the 30th, which is probably the most accurate up until here. We have the high 20s for most of the lower Michigan and Midwest. And then that freezing line will be here in this grain all the way through here. A little bit more out, a little less accurate, but shows some maybe cooler air dipping down from Canada a little. Some negatives, nothing like we just saw though. But yeah, that's a possibility all the way up to the 7th. Some cold temperatures still. So, yep. Okay, so participation wise, I'm gonna show a couple models here. We got the European model here, one of them, and you know, these models can differ quite a bit, especially the farther you'll get. So that's why I'm going to show a couple here. Nothing too major, maybe some lake effect snow later on this month. You know, some severe weather, some moisture down here in the south and Dixie Alley. But really, the major stuff is going to be this high pressure and low pressure system, kind of stationed over the Rockies there, and you know that kind of moves in, starting in like the Oklahoma area. You'll get some of that snow, and beginning on the 30th, you could start to see some severe weather develop here. We obviously have this line of severe weather right here over Louisiana, and later on the 30th, go back there. We could see some severe weather down here, along with some snowfall events up here, possibly some ice event here in the Midwest. And I'll just go ahead and show another model real quick as well. Okay, and then we have the GFS here, and I'll just go ahead and play this real quick. We do see some Alberta Clipper systems coming through, possibly in the Midwest, upper Michigan, just later on this month. Stuff like that. So like a low pressure system's right there. Bring some of that snow, possibly some significant snowfall in the Northeast actually, just from this. That's still possibly still a few days out from that. Just like mainly right here. And then here's some of that severe weather I was talking about down here on the 29th as well. So this model is showing it as well, so just be aware of that. Same general area forming over Texas, Louisiana, stuff like that, moving into the Dixie Alley. And then we see some of that snowfall and ice accumulation that could possibly happen right there. And then we see this one shows an ice event here in Georgia and South Carolina, but the other model didn't, so just be aware of that. So it's really up in the air right now of where this is going to happen. And then this is showing some more snow, rain, ice mixed stuff moving up towards the Midwest, and kind of in that general area still, and then some severe weather possible down here, just not as organized as the other model. But yeah, so both models are showing that, and I'll show one more here. Okay, here we got the Canadian model, and I'll just go ahead and play it. Starting off pretty much similar to the other models, some lake effect snow in the Northeast and Midwest, so possible rainfall down here in the South, over, and then we have the severe weather forming over Texas here, and a little bit slower, which is interesting. And then possibly this shows the ice and snow forming over Oklahoma and Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, stuff like that here. And then kind of that just moving west into the east into the Dixie Alley. We still show that that severe weather possible. But more of a snow event here in the Midwest. This is what this one shows on the 2nd, which is quite interesting. The other models didn't really show that. But yeah. So all of these possibilities of these three models are all possible. I don't really know which one's the most accurate, but we'll see. I'll talk about some other stuff now. Okay, so getting into some wildfire stuff, changing it up a bit from the snow and cold of the other half of the United States. We do have a new fire that started just a few days ago, I think, in the greater Los Angeles area. It's the Hughes fire, and it's currently at 10,000 acres of just about an hour ago. With 24% containment, and I'll go ahead and show you where this fire is on the map. So here we are up here, and here's the wildfire Hughes. Obviously a very large fire around this kind of lake river area, and yeah, 14% contained, 10,000 acres. So and then just an update on the other wildfires. We have this very small one. I think this one's not contained yet, but very small. You shouldn't have to worry about that one. We have the Palisades fire, which is pretty much contained at this point. A lot of people working on that, personnel. And then we have the Eaton fire up here, which is 95% contained. That's not really a threat. So these fires aren't really a threat as of this point. Really just the Hughes fire that we have to worry about at this point. That's all the weather stuff for me. I hope you guys found this helpful.